Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 22 Panels Heavy Metal Book Club. I'm here with Dylan and Peter and Matt, and I suppose I should introduce myself. I'm still Tad. I figure most people know my voice now. I yeah, I don't know why I never introduced myself, but tonight I did. How's it going, guys?
It's going pretty well.
It's going
It's
good.
going great.
Uh, that's good. That's good. What do we think of this issue? Cover's cool.
I like the
This
issue
is
for the
definitely one of
most
my
part.
favorite covers.
Yeah,
I
I
did.
like
It
this
was a
cover a
cool
lot.
issue, but this is definitely one of my favorite colors.
The
Oh, the
the
cover is
the
epic.
covers very the Mad
Yeah.
It is very Erm the
Oh yeah,
Mad.
it is.
in all the best ways. There's a lot there were I feel like there were a lot of new stories in this one.
Well,
Like there were only like two continuing. Well, maybe three.
well, I mean, it is very Erm the Mad in that
Um,
it is Drie.
There you go.
it is Dre who did it. I know that much. I was
Uh,
gonna say there's four continuing stories, if I can
Well there
remember
well there
correctly.
what
yeah,
there's
we've
Airtight
got
Garage, there's
Orion,
there's 1966,
1996,
1996,
Barbarella,
Oh,
Barbarella.
five.
and
Yeah.
Orion.
Yep.
Oh, so there's five of them.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
mind then.
yeah. You just don't know how to count.
I was just too wrapped up
Stupid
in terms.
writers don't know how to do math.
There's a whole story in this about being a writer artist.
There
Oh, I
is.
like that one. Yeah, that was a
Yeah, that
good
one
one.
was pretty good. Spoilers, everyone.
I also like the chainmail editorial, which I didn't realize they were talking about on like a way early page and then came back to way later. And so I started in the middle of it and it was like, oh, this started on page one. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's very bizarre, that one.
Yeah.
Do kind of like this picture and continually too.
Which I think is taken out of that one, the comic we were just talking about.
Yeah,
So
the writer artist one.
Yeah.
Jungle Jim.
It's a fun picture too.
That's
Mobius
Jungle
just
Jism is what that is.
It is
oh,
Jungle
it is.
Jism.
There's an S in there.
Thank
Sorry.
you. Thank you, Dylan, for catching that.
And if there's
Uh,
Jism, I'll find it.
I mean, I guess that makes it make even more sense. Uh, yeah, yeah. There's an S at the beginning too. I am a fan of this going to pieces.
Yeah. I like I'll say this. There are no floors in it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Which is a strange thing to say, but
Yeah. In fact,
literally,
this might be my favorite panel.
that's a really good panel, yeah.
The one where you're looking up from inside either a kitchen or a restaurant or whatnot
I'm pretty
to
sure
the
it's a
people.
restaurant.
Yeah, to the people walking
Mhm.
on the second floor, sitting in chairs, whatever.
That's a really good pick, so yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I really like the pick that's like a couple pages before that, where he's going through the columns of trees. If you go back a couple pages.
Yeah.
Yep. I really like that one. That one's really
Yeah, where
cool.
you can see the roots. I mean,
Yep.
I
Yeah,
almost
he's
feel
like
like there should be more roots, but
It reminded me of something a part of a book. What was it?
It reminds me of the Giving Tree.
Oh, that's fair. I was thinking of there's this part in um Fall or Dodge in Hell where he's
okay.
going down a line of trees
hmm
and that just reminded me of
I
that.
just got to them turning Dodge on,
Well, it'll
and I'm
be
having to
it'll
take
be
a
soon here then.
yeah, and I'm having to take a break because I have interview with Alex Segura coming up, and I want to listen to one of his Pete Fernandez books before then.
That's perfectly fair.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, but yeah, I definitely appreciate that this artist has removed floors
And
and
ground.
ground. Yeah. Any sort of like
Removed all horizontal surfaces that aren't like
that,
tables.
right. I was gonna say I wouldn't go that far just because of the tables, but yes. And actually, I don't know what he's done with roofs because I don't think you ever see roofs.
Um,
I guess, no,
I feel like,
it's hard to tell.
well, yeah, no. See,
Oh
you
no,
don't.
there it is.
There's no
Okay,
roof.
I was looking at the
No
other
roof.
side,
Yeah,
but you're right. There's no roof.
there's no roof.
There you go.
And I feel like he missed an incredible upskirt opportunity in this comic.
Did
I
he?
mean, he does have one.
One, but I mean, come on, this could have been like, oh,
Yeah, it's more artsy fartsy than that.
Yeah, it feels like that's not what he was going for, but I appreciate that I had the same thought as you, Matt.
There's no den in this issue, and you guys are just missing it. I get it. I
What?
get it.
There's a whole little thing where some guy jumps into a lake and, a woman, no, scantily clothed woman jumps into a lake and they
Yeah.
somehow end up in the same spot.
I do like how his face like cubes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's actually part of like what I like too is like how they like took his face and made it, or took his whole body and made it into
Yeah,
geometric shapes.
yeah,
it kind of
deconstructs.
reminds me of like a Rene Magritte.
Now, what I am curious about is, um, there are a couple places. Fine, all right. There's periods between all of the letters, and then gone with the WIND. So,
Looks like yeah, every word in there actually had periods between it.
well, I think actually there's a gone period. Oh, maybe there
No,
is. So
it's
maybe starting with fine, he's got periods after every letter.
not only is he falling apart physically, but mentally. Yep.
Yeah. He starts spelling and starts becoming the parts of everything.
Yep.
And essentially all because he wants to what? Untie her shirt? Or is there some other knot that I'm missing?
She mentioned him needing to be, I don't know, always getting yourself into impossible
Possible
situations.
situations.
So again, you've always got to be the strong one. You're the one who does everything to get me feeling this way. I don't know. I don't remember her ever saying anything about a knot, but
Well, he says that knot, it's so tempting. The only
oh,
knot I can see is the one that's holding her
well, and
dress
here
up.
I, for some odd reason, was thinking it
Eh,
was the bun in her hair
Yeah, and well, that's
because she
possible
puts
too.
her bun down. I
But
don't
she
know.
lets it. But he says yes, but if you touch,
Yeah, the kind of point is that he seems to be doing a lot to hold himself together.
eh,
I mean, even before he reaches her, we see that there's a moment where he's falling apart and has to take a break and put himself together.
yeah,
It's interesting.
it's fun, beautiful.
Yep. A very visual representation of falling apart.
Bed up, I feel like it's fun, but it's kind of like I don't want to say an overdone, but tried and true trope of going off to look for your thing and then like being led back to the thing that's not your thing, but the commercialized version of your thing.
Well, it's even like a little bit past that, cause like you're absolutely right. It is going off to find your thing and then being led back to it, but being led back to some commercialized thing of your thing. But it also seems to be that he left to find his thing, and then his pal Ardo
Yeah, I think his
went.
kids, his family took their inheritance and made his thing.
Right. Well, are those his kids? I don't know.
I felt like it was because he's like,
You mentioned inheritance, which says that, but if you look at the characters, like one of those looks like he could be his kid, and the other looks, I don't know,
yeah,
not
the other
very
looks too old, but
right.
so it could be like a brother and kid.
Yeah. But the artwork is nice.
Yeah.
I like the snake.
Matt and Dylan haven't been saying much about this one. Of course, Dylan's muted, so maybe he's saying a ton and we just can't hear him.
No, I haven't seen him say anything.
Dylan's still muted. He seemed to reach for his computer when I said he was muted, but he didn't actually succeed at unmuting himself if that was a goal.
He might be slightly distracted at the moment,
Yeah,
which is
no,
okay.
yeah, he's got some stuff going on.
That's fair.
How about some? Oh, it's this has got to be chapter 2, but I thought we were on chapter 3, so I'm confused.
It's
If you
definitely
I
it's
don't feel
definitely
like
the
it should be chapter
third.
11.
if you count the yellow stripes, it's got chapter 3.
Oh, gotcha.
I yeah.
Uh, that's
It's it's not very convenient because they don't do the top and bottom off
Yeah.
more, which is what we're expecting.
right.
It's not as
Yeah.
legible as it could be.
Yeah.
It's another. I love the art. The story was weird.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the wizard guy. I'll be perfectly honest. He's very much like, I mean, like I get like that he's like after Orion's sword, but he's very much like, especially at the beginning, he's like, "Oh, you went off and did this, and you're actually a pretty good scoundrel, blah blah blah. Now I'm gonna take this bracelet off of you for some odd reason, and now I'm gonna let my giant bats eat you." Even though a second ago I stopped them from doing so. It's like, what are you doing?
That is a totally accurate translation of this page.
This page is awesome.
Yep.
Oh, that's a really good page. I forgot about that image. I might need to.
Mirages that are more than they seem.
I might have to make
Faces,
that my
lights,
favorite
colors,
pick.
cities in the sky. Guess I'm cracking. Waters all gone, and so am I. So it's got like a poetry to it to boot.
There you go.
And then
Yeah, there's something going on at the end where, they
it's
live
like a
a cliffhanger.
completely abrupt ending. It's like, oh no, he didn't get eaten by the bat creatures. He got saved by something that surprises him. And now on to airtight garage.
No. It's not
But
airtight
this time
garage.
is the uptight garage.
Yeah, I was gonna say. The uptight garage of Mobius.
Mobius
No,
by
that's
Jerry
Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Yes. Which I have to say, I like all of Mobius's art, and I've liked up the airtight garage, but I'm getting kind of like to the point where it's just sort of like, okay, I don't know what you're doing, and
Well, I think that's like so far, editor, I get the impression you leave everything to chance. Mobius, at first, yes. But later, now, I have it all up in my head. Up to page 723.
my God, an epic. Yeah, and I get
And
that.
then super weird, though I feel like depending on whether this is a reprint of something printed earlier, this either was incredibly inspired by Star Wars or inspired Mos Eisley slash the trek out to Jabba's palace. This looks like a proto Mos Eisley Tatooine
Well, this
if
is
you made that
1970.
C3PO.
This is 1978.
Well,
And
yeah, but some of the particularly the um doesn't look like it looks like it. Yeah, their copyright metal or lot 76, 77, and 78. So it could be as early as 76 for its original French publication. And it also feels more like the Return of the Jedi um Tatooine than the
New Hope.
New Hope Tatooine. This just I can almost see R2 going down that path to Jabba's palace all by himself.
Yep.
That's fair. I I'm trying to remember that image in my head.
I mean, it's not quite identical, but it's just got that. If you put a second sun in the sky, it'd be
Yep.
even more. You know, it just has that feel of a distant desert and a thing, and
In a galaxy far, far away.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I just
love
don't
this.
ever remember those like sort of houses being set up like that, but that's
Well,
all.
no, I think that's me juxtaposing what I know of Mos Eisley.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's not like a shot for shot. It's like
Okay, okay.
it
I
evokes
see
the
what you're
whole.
saying.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
I do also love this part where you can't read the whole thing that's said, making it abundantly clear that the dialogue isn't what matters.
yep. Yeah.
Also it's got the effect of it's being said to the guy he's facing, not to you.
Yep. You're just an observer.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, so many weird characters.
Yeah. And I mean like I fully recognize that they sort of address that it's a little crazy. I just like
No, there's no plot furtherance in this chapter whatsoever. I don't know if there's really overall a plot to Airtight Garage or not. I go back and forth on whether or not there's
well,
a
it felt like
story at
for
some
a
point.
while there was, and then
Yeah,
like for like the last few episodes, it just doesn't feel like there's been like anything, and it's just sort of like, but like it
but
continues, right? And that's like part of
even
the problem with like not, I don't
yeah,
want to say problem per se, but it's part of what makes it hard because it's not like it's not picking up where it left off, especially
right.
recently. It's the fact that it is picking up where it left off, and then some weird little things happen, but nothing particularly like significant.
I'll go a step further though in terms of whether or not it was because even at the beginning, I think we got the feeling that it was one coherent story because we kept getting different perspectives that we expected to come together in some way, but I don't think they ever did.
I mean, no, not entirely. You kind of
So,
got something more, but like at that point, they were at least like there was at least this sort of feeling of that was going to
yeah.
happen versus now where it just feels like, hey, like last 3 or 4 issues we've just been going.
No, I mean I definitely need to at some point read Airtight Garage just as Airtight Garage, where I'm sitting down and I'm reading it at once and I'm not doing 80 other pages of stuff and a month in between episodes because I wonder if it winds up coming together more that way. But right now it's just these semi-connected group of weird, beautiful vignettes.
Sure.
Well, Den definitely reads different when you read it collected.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine this wouldn't.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true of a lot of things where you're talking about episodic, you know,
Right.
um parts, right? Or, but my thought on it is like there are a lot of other comics where like, I've read it and like even though they've been episodic and like we've done like one to the next, like I've always felt like, oh, okay, like I can like I see what's going on here, like, right? Like I've been able to connect that through enough that's like, okay, like this is what's happening. Like I can recount some of Airtight Garage to
Right.
you, but I can't like literally in like the last three sessions is or like last three issues, it's just been okay, we did this, and then we did this, and then we did
Right.
this, and it's just been like, okay, but what really is happening there, and is like any of the things that we've seen or done like important or significant, right? Whereas like Den, like, you know, pretty
It's a
much
linear story.
every right, like pretty much every time you go from one episode or finish an episode, there's at least some significance that you pulled out of it or
Yep.
something like that.
You're not wrong.
So that's where like, I'm like, okay, like cut to the chase or something. Like, it feels like a lot of this is just following Major Groupert at the moment, and I don't know what Major Groupert is doing other than, the time where he looked really cool in that picture where I think we're getting t-shirts of it at some point. But anyway.
Yeah, they're all made, and
Yeah.
we need to get them sent out.
Yeah. Give it to me. If I you guys might get the Necromancer t-shirts in the coming weeks, FYI, which would be exciting.
I'm so
That's an aside though, but they can't touch me shirts, is that what we're talking about?
can't touch me. Is that what the word on it
Yeah.
was?
They can't touch me riding some weird beast.
Yep. I think that might have been it.
Okay, just because this is too big and painful for me not to share in real time.
What's
Here in
that?
real time. Secrets.
Willie Mays just passed away.
Oh,
Oh, that is
unexpected.
fortunate.
It's 93, but
I was gonna say, how old was Willie Mays? He must have been pretty old.
it's literally the day before they were playing a game at Rickwood Field, which is where he played his first professional Negro League games. So it was at least kind of unofficially the Willie Mays game. Yeah. Thursday's game, so 2 days. Thursday's game at historic Rickwood Field was designed to be a celebration of Willie Mays and his peers. With sadness in our hearts, it will also serve as a national remembrance. An American who will forever remain the short list. The most impactful rituals our great game has ever known. This from the official baseball.
And he goes off whispering.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate you taking a moment to recognize the very much real moment that you're having at the moment.
Yeah.
I am
You
overly
couldn't hear what I was
conscious of
saying.
I'm
Yeah.
overly conscious of the fact that we're being recorded right now, and as soon as like you're talking and mumbling and like we can't hear anything, it's just like
It means that Mom and John and Britt can't hear anything either. We've got another person who listens to most of the episodes.
Oh, nice.
Also, apparently, in the last week, we've had like somebody in Lisbon and somebody in the Netherlands each download a couple hundred episodes. So, like, a couple overseas people discovered us and decided to binge.
Well, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to see that.
But yep, yep.
Um,
I
Tap
just
dancing on a tender cerebellum. I love this bottom image.
I like
I
the whole page, but yes, the bottom
Yeah.
image is really good.
I like the whole story art wise, but I hate the typeface they picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
I don't
it's
hate
still
it because it actually reminds me of my typewriter. Um,
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
pretty certain that this is
I didn't have a
either the Underwood or um let me see the L. No, I'm pretty certain this is the Underwood typeface.
um
Might be Remington, but this is like early.
yeah. The short of it is, they probably could have gone with a different typeface. I do kind of like the typeface that they chose. Does feel like it fits pretty well for me. I don't know. That's just
Right.
my
I mean,
thoughts and
because it's
opinions.
it's a writer trying to like
yeah, it's a typeface you see
create.
in
So
script.
so it feels like makes me feel even the more like he's sitting at his old manual or early electric typewriter.
Yeah, I like it.
This
I
is,
like it.
yeah, I do too. I get why Matt doesn't. You know,
I also
um,
want to, yeah. It is definitely not the best reading
It's like the
experience.
font.
courier typeface or whatever.
um, but anybody who spent a lot of time with those old typewriters like is going to recognize it. Um, and yeah. So for me, it works.
That
And I
said,
think it
I
probably worked better in 78 than it does today.
Oh yeah,
reasonable.
for sure.
I was gonna say that
So,
said, I feel like all
so
the pictures are amazing. Go ahead, Dylan.
oh, so is this guy like he was trying he was trying to meet a deadline. Um, and I don't know if this is the case or not, but it seems like he was on drugs trying to meet the deadline and started reaching in to try and find things to write and draw about. And then like towards the end, right, there's like a break in like this hyper stylistic art where he's just like laying outside in the snow with an ambulance around him. And then he's like, oh, now I know the story. And he's like, there's these creatures all around me trying to grab me, and I have to escape them, kind of a thing. I don't know if that was the intended vibe of it or the intended under the subtext of what was happening, but
I think I don't. I think like the drugs part is not something that clicked to me, though it does make a lot of sense when you put it that way. Like I
yeah, like
think the
the
vibe of it, like what you just said, makes like is exactly sort of what I felt. Like it's like no, because that whole him out in the snow in the ambulance like was a very distinctly like breaking image, right?
it sits apart from the aesthetic and the story that's being told so far.
Right. Like all the other things are like super surreal, not very like they're very fluid, but they're not like grounded in anything that like, we can relate to. And then you have this super relatable image.
Yeah.
The end of the trip.
Yeah. But then he sort of dips
Yeah,
back in to finish the story.
Yep.
yeah. But
It was
yeah,
cool. It was a cool framing device for a story.
yeah.
A writer artist trying to meet a deadline, so just reaches anywhere he can for images and to find a story to write about.
Yeah, and he cares a lot about not being a hack. You notice that too if you're reading it.
Yep.
He doesn't want to be a sellout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, his very last line is deadlines, pressure. What
Yeah.
amazes me most is that I haven't become a hack. So, but yeah,
There it is. Yeah. Like he finds himself just like passed out in the snow with cops around him and stuff.
yeah.
I love the hanging upside down with the for sale sign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fire crotch, yeah.
The fire
How he
crotch for sure.
mentions that he didn't want any jungle queens, and there's an image of a jungle queen all of a sudden. That
Yeah,
last image is pretty epic too. I don't.
yeah, that was a really cool. That's a really cool splash page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this one. It was just a fun, cool little.
This might be my favorite story of
Yeah,
the issue.
I was feeling that too.
Yeah.
There's at least one other that I thought was really good. We'll get to that later, but Matt's laughing. Why is Matt laughing? Is it because of an image?
No, it's because we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later. Dun dun dun. I just meant it was later in the issue, but anyhow. An image is a really beautiful art, in part because nudity.
Yeah.
I feel like they're making fun of Mobius too.
Could be.
There was a
He's got a
Mobius call out in the
very
previous story.
yeah, but you got a very Jerry Cornelius type hat going on
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
The not so airtight garage.
I do love the thinking and talking in symbols.
Yeah.
This is not the airtight garage?
Yeah. Not another airtight garage.
Oh, I was just thinking of those movies that would take like
They're not another teen movies.
oh, I was
Not
thinking of more of
another
the adult.
airtight garage.
I was thinking of more of the adult films, but that works too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks like Johnny Sins at the bottom there.
But I like all the grayscale shading. They did really well with that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird story with all the end, and it's like, oh, I was like focusing on something. And it's like, so that's what was happening?
It's weird the stark contrast between like the plant organic shapes, like the tree and the grass and the mushrooms, and then the people. Like
Yeah.
the people look like a completely different style than the foliage.
Yeah. I think it helps to like really be able to, differentiate between the two and see what's
Yeah.
going on, which I appreciate. Like I fully admit that, in some respect it's definitely like they don't feel like they fit in the same universe because of it, but they don't I don't feel like they are so contrasting each other that they can't fit. I just feel like, there's definitely a very different style going there to help you sort of see what's going on and keep track of people versus background. Though they also use this weird lighting aura around people to help with that too, at least in
Right.
some of the pictures. This last page here specifically. So
I love this picture, and it was kind of interesting prose.
Wait, is that a flat Earth?
The Millennium Starship.
Yeah. Yep. I like the picture. I like that they keep doing these like galactic geographic things because it's like just like these like little blurps on some sort of planet somewhere, and then my role-playing storyteller mind goes to, hey, if I ever needed like a bunch of like different planets, I could just steal these and use them. But I don't know. I know I read the prose. I don't exactly remember the prose.
Yeah, it's essentially about it being like a man-made thing and the amount of power they have to. I mean, it's very technical.
Yep. Oh, there was two other single standouts. Sorry.
Lost Time was kind of cool.
I really
Wow.
like. Yeah.
Not sure I followed last time. Was it like it seemed I don't know if it was because I was sort of reading it in a weird place and I could only give it not my full attention, but it seemed like he was arriving at this hometown with a briefcase, right? And then
Right.
he gets brought up by these either robot or alien or just like hyper technological police force,
Right.
and they confiscate his briefcase, and when they open it, things age and go to shit. Is that kind of what
Yeah,
happened?
it's almost
Yeah.
like he managed to keep the war away from his town by putting all of the damage in this briefcase, and by
Yeah.
opening it, he lost that.
Yeah.
Right. And even going like a step further, that like, time had been lost to this town because of something that he was doing. And then, yeah, they open the briefcase and suddenly, the
Yeah, they're like
town he
correcting the
remembered was
timeline or something.
right. I mean, I'd go even as far as to say is like this whole thing where like he's being abducted by this strange future police could be I mean, not that it is, but if you wanted to, you could say
I
it's a
mean, I
figment of
almost
his
feel like he
imagination.
he works for them,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd gone rogue to save
Rogue,
his
yep.
town, and they caught him.
Yeah, I didn't read anywhere into that, but my whole entire point was,
Come in, Bert. I mean, they just seem to know him.
Right.
After 3 years
yeah,
of hell of war, come in, Bert, sit down. It's not,
It's got that Umbrella Academy #5 feel almost.
right.
yeah.
What have
No,
you been plotting, Bert? I mean, there's something very um
Familiar.
familiar about the way they talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, that seems like, the sort of tactics that you would see in weird TV shows where you have some institution that's, I don't know, the,
Well, but again,
all-knowing institution talking to some person. I'm not saying that they don't know him, but there's nothing that either refers to the fact that they know him other than how they talk to him. But
yeah, but they don't have him in an interrogation room. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have him in handcuffs. They
Like they
don't
know
have
he's not
him
a
under
threat.
guard.
I mean, they they abduct him into a spaceship.
And
I
then they
don't,
can tell him, and then they tell him he can leave.
right, because they fixed the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But my point was, you could take out all of that,
Right.
and, the short of it is like he had some memory of his town. He went back to that, but going back to that after the war, his town's not how he remembers it.
Right.
Like,
So
I
like
think all of that other part like helps you to create a story around it that's like interesting and stuff like that. But I think in some perspective, you could just see this as his own mental game with himself.
yeah,
Yeah.
his
Oh, yeah.
idea and expectations are in that box, or like the reality is in that briefcase, and he's keeping it away. He hasn't seen it yet. It's locked away. It's not real. And so he approaches the town and is like, yeah, last I saw this place and last I heard of it, it was still in this pristine condition. So I'm expecting it to be that way when I arrive. And then when he sees it, or when the briefcase opens, things practically disintegrate before his very eyes, or instantly. Like when you first see a thing that's gone through dramatic change that you didn't witness, like it's as if it has instantly decayed in front of you.
Right. That's what I was thinking. And even to
Yeah.
to what you were just saying,
No, that works.
that
Yeah,
could also
returning
be
home.
why all these people are so familiar with him, right?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Is they're
Like,
all essentially figments of his imagination.
right. And
From his
or,
past.
the reason that things are breaking in real time is because he's actually dealing with whoever, right?
Right.
So I'm not saying that's what the artist is going for. I'm just saying like that's
I
sort of
think
the
this
story
is
that
one of
comes to my
those.
mind.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the reader's the final collaborator. So I mean,
Yep.
the artist was going for telling a great story that evoked lots of ideas, and
Yep.
everything we say is valid.
Yep.
This is
But
definitely one that can be read a lot of different ways.
but yeah, that was one of my that was the second of
And
my
this
three
is like
favorite
the
singles in this
gray
one.
sky
Oh yeah,
on the last page.
it is amazing, even for being black and white. I mean, I don't know why I said even for being black and white, but you know, in black and white, it is amazing, is what I mean to say.
All right. Did anybody read all of Ozone Alley?
Nope.
Yes.
Was it worth reading all of Ozone Alley? Because I think I made it to the third paragraph on the second page before going, yeah, I just can't do this.
You made it
So
farther than me. I
here's
made
what
it
pissed
to
me
Hypo
off.
Materio.
Here's what pissed me off about Ozone Alley, and essentially, like, I'm not mad at you, but like, this is literally what pissed me off about it. That is literally the worst part of the story, what you read through,
Okay.
apparently.
So
Like,
it
I'm
gets a
not
lot
saying
better,
I'm not saying I don't want to say it gets a lot better,
but it gets
because
better.
yes, it gets way easier to read after that. You can actually sort of
Okay.
following what's going on. But up until that point, for like the first 6 or 7 paragraphs, it's just like he's just giving detail and detail and detail. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah, no, I mean, what I got to, where was that pudding fish, Mr. Kipper? And then I'm like, how much more of this is there? And I'm like, oh, there's a whole nother page.
That's exactly what
And one of the paragraphs on that page is like half the page.
Yep.
Oh no, fuck
Yeah,
this.
so
I'm out.
let me break this out for you as best I
Okay.
can.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
point you got to, all of that is some weird description of a scene going on, but nothing's going on in that scene, like to
Okay.
my knowledge. Like essentially it's like, oh, blah blah blah. The Big Cheese and the Punk are like, in the same alley, like sort of like, and it sounds at first like they're like, sort of having a standoff, but that's not what's going on. Apparently the Punk is giving the Big Cheese information, which you don't really learn until, say, the bottom of the left side of page 60, where you start to actually like understand what's going on, where it's like, oh, the Big Cheese, uh, essentially, had this lover, Susie, um, who essentially had her, or like you start to understand that something weird happened to Susie because of Harry and Larry Kipper. And as they go into it, what you find out is Harry and Larry Kipper are artists who essentially like took out half her brain and did all sorts of other weird shit to her. And the Big Cheese is like, essentially out for vengeance. You sort of get, I mean, like they don't make it like that forward and obvious, but it is pretty clear that like, he thinks Harry's a piece of shit and has intentions to do bad things to Harry. And then what happens in like sort of the next part is they shift to, instead of being focused on like, sort of the like Mr. Cheese and like, his focus or like his view of the story, they focus on Harry's view of the story for a while. And honestly, one of the terrible things that like I didn't like about it, like it wasn't bad, but it's just really complicated. Harry's a piece of shit. I'm gonna say that outright. But like they get into his head and you sort of like get this like, oh, he's being like motivated by his brother and mom and blah 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 blah. But it's like, but you're still a piece of shit. You did this terrible thing to this woman. And like, you're like trying to like justify it and say, oh, I'm actually a good person. It's like, no, dude. And then at the end, it's just like the big cheese or the cheese kills Harry, and like, that's it. Like it's interesting, but it's also really frustrating, or at least I found it frustrating because like they make it pretty damn clear that Harry is not a good person. And then like they're also like sort of tugging at you with like this emotional like other things going on with his life. So I don't know. That was my interpretation. I have mixed feelings about it, but yeah, no, I thought the beginning to it was absolutely atrocious for like the first 8 paragraphs. And almost think, well, not almost. I am 100% positive if somebody like was to go off and make this into a comic, it probably would have turned out better.
That's often true. That's why we like comics.
Oh, I like prose fine, but yeah, that
Yeah,
was
I know.
one case where it was like, yeah, like those first 8 paragraphs should not have been in prose. So, and I guess I'm the only one who read it, so
I was
Sorry.
yeah, I was with Tad. I read the first bit and then a combination of I don't think this is good and then time. I sort of
Yeah,
ran short on time and I was like I should just move on.
yeah.
yeah, and I think that's probably the best call on it. Like part of
Word
me
up.
was like I don't know why I continued reading. I was just sort of like, this is bad. I don't really want to continue reading this for like the first 8 paragraphs. And then like, as I said, after that it swapped. It was like, okay, like I actually see what's going on here. I can't tell you what happened in the first 8 paragraphs, but I can tell you what's happening in the rest of the story. So
So it's kind of like the first 8 paragraphs are the Silmarillion, and then you get into the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings.
there you go. I haven't read the Silmarillion, but I'll take your word
Neither have
for
I. I
it.
got about 25% of the way in. I was like, I can't do this.
I'll take your
It,
word for it.
it was painful. It's a history book of a fictional place. It's like, oh my God.
That sounds painful.
Yes.
So now we're on to the Mad.
Um,
The Mad.
um,
The art in this is absolutely incredible, and I loved everything
insane.
about it.
100.
Yep.
It is amazing.
Loved everything about it.
I loved almost everything about this issue of the Mad. Almost.
Yeah, so the occupants of the cities of the city of the dead, or the Black City, the Kingdom of the Dead, are like, hey bro, don't you shouldn't do what those other gods are telling you to do. Don't fight us because you'll die and we'll just kill you. And beyond that, I'm not really sure exactly what happened, what is happening beyond that.
Well, I know that like they're like, hey, don't. They're like, hey, don't fight us, blah blah blah, and then like the weird elder dude that we've been seeing since like way forever is like, sacrifice yourself to this shadow being or whatever. I don't remember what they called it. Uh but they're like, oh, go sacrifice yourself so that like this shadow being, this great powerful being can rise.
Mhm.
Um and that being is talking to him, is like, do this, like, open it for me, like with your body and soul, open the door so that like I can come into your world or whatever. um and like the head of the gods is like, do it, Herm, like this is what you're for. And Herm's
Yeah.
like, fuck you, and throws the guy in instead of sacrificing himself. And the guy's like, this will do nothing. And it's like, Herm's like, I don't care, I'm doing this anyways. And then in short, like after he does it, there there's some lingering darkness as like, you might have done this, but someday somebody will, undo this, and will come. Like, you've just postponed the inevitable. And it's like, okay, dude, whatever. Like, I liked all that. What I don't really like is the last page, which a little bit to me feels like the original ending of Clerks.
Well, they busted up the fax machine.
No, the original ending of Clerks,
Oh
they
yeah.
just randomly killed him.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking Office Space.
Yeah.
That's also not the ending of Office Space. Yeah,
I
ending
was
of
gonna
Office
say,
Space is they're digging through rubble from the burned down thing, and then they find the guy's stapler.
yeah.
But yeah, the fact that he goes and he fights all these gods, and like he's in the middle of this god battle essentially, and then like he finds a fucking lizard and it just spits acid in his eye and he dies. It's got
Apparently it's a
it's got
dragon, but yeah.
it's got some cosmic irony to it. I mean,
Yep.
I
I get
I
that, but it
I
also just feels
agree.
like it was just thrown in there. It's like, I don't want to write about Erm anymore.
Yeah,
So
he's
instead of just
done.
ending it on like, this already good note to end it on, we're just gonna kill him.
Yeah.
In a
Uh,
really lame way.
I think I'm with you. I think I would join you in that camp. Um, but I guess to play devil's advocate, like it's like an additional fuck you to Erm. Just like you're God's perfect mistake. Nobody likes you, you're ugly and you suck. Go kill all these gods. And the gods like run him out. And then he's like, well, I'm here now. And then like just the turd on his shit Sunday is that now he gets killed by a lizard.
Yeah, but what if all that other stuff was in his mind, and now he's in the physical world after like getting
Yeah.
over whatever mental issue he was having,
Yeah.
and then this fucking lizard just kills him. Like he went
He
through
is
all
Erm the
this
Mad,
anguish,
so
you know?
That almost makes it worse, Matt. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, that's, sorry.
No, 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 no. It's a good. I like that you pointed it out. I wasn't like actually. It's just amusing, but
Yep. Yep.
no, I see what you're saying, Dylan. Like that's perfectly. I can buy that. It's not as bad as say the original Clerks ending, but it is pretty. I always get pretty skeptical when all these things happen, and then we decide that the best way how to end something is to just kill off the character. It's like,
yeah, I think I'm with you. I was taken very off guard, and I don't know how satisfying it felt. I don't know if I just need to let it simmer for a bit, but yeah, I'm with you. I wasn't super jazzed on it.
yeah.
The art is so good though. I love everything about it.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. It's amazing.
should change the page, shouldn't I?
Probably.
You can tell me things like that. I've started multitasking.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
This one was interesting, partially because I didn't know if the story that like because there's a break between this story and the next thing, and they seemed like very different stories, but they
They
seemed
are.
like similar art.
Right.
Um, the one thing I had really to notice about this particular man is that in this first panel, he just looks like a schlubby old, I don't know, a schlubby old man. But then when he takes off his jacket and sits down, like that dude's stacked. Like he's a burly buff dude. He's
That's
got
fair.
thick forearms. He could knock a sucker out.
He's
I
like
did not
Popeye's
notice
uncle.
that,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's actually very astute.
With a nose to boot.
Yeah.
The story was
Yeah,
okay. Decent.
it was a funny little one-off gag where like he's just this dude like in a Midwestern home in what could be the
Mhm.
50s, 60s, 70s, whatever. He's just like, oh, these kids making that racket. Then you come out here and there's fucking flying dinosaur machines and stuff. This
Yep,
wild world.
pterodactyl.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is, like
Buildings.
I guess it is a pterodactyl because like it's holding on to the wheels, but then it also says vroom vroom, and
Right.
the back legs seem like there
I
aren't no
mean,
back legs. The
Pterodactyl
it's
wheel is
shaped
not
attached to it.
Flintstone mobile.
it's not an actual pterodactyl. You
Oh,
can
it's got a crank
still
on it.
you can see a crank on it. You can see like underneath
Yeah.
its wing, it's got like a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
metal
All right.
bar, and the fact that it has like a windshield on its back.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're right. I see it now.
Yeah,
You're right.
like it definitely resembles a pterodactyl, and that's cool. But
Yeah. These kids and their damn pterodactyl cycles.
they're bikes, which apparently are pterodactyls. Flying bikes.
I mean, they are kind of cool.
They are
They're not
really
really
cool.
bikes, they're trikes. There's three wheels there.
Shh. Shh. Whoever wrote this wrote bikes. It's
And
okay,
it's a
Chad.
weird place for the propeller.
It's okay. It, yeah, I mean, that seems like a dangerous place for the propeller, to be honest.
Right.
Just accidentally move your head in the wrong direction and suddenly
Right.
you don't have you got a nice slit out of your brain. Yeah. And this is my the third one running for me of like my favorite standoff stories. What is this even called? It doesn't have a name. Or maybe it does on page one. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, is it the day? Might be called the day.
I think it is because Barbarella's after that.
Right.
The day the city crossed the threshold.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. It's on the next page.
Sorry.
So
No, you're fine.
this dude owns a clock shop with like an imagination torture room. And this woman comes in, she's looking for a clock and is like, I don't
Yep.
like this one because it's got black people on it. And he's like, oh yeah, bitch? Is that the way your brain works? Let me show you this cool room I have over here. And
It's
shoves her
got the
in there.
clock that you're looking for. I don't generally show it to anybody, but I'll show it to you.
Yeah. And so shows her to this room where like her worst fears presumably rip her apart or kill her or whatever. I don't think we really see what happens to her when she gets put in this
I
room.
don't even know if
Presumably she
like
dies.
I don't know if she dies or not. Like I mean like to
She's
me
missing at
I
the very
just
least because the police come and look for her.
right. My whole entire thought, like my first thought before we see what's going on later, before we go into like what happens the next time we go through this door is, oh, he like, let her into this room and she got transported to an African village and now like, obviously she's got to deal with that. Like, I don't know that they'll kill her, but
Hmm.
obviously like, that's not something she's into and now she doesn't have a choice but to, But then, like, after the police go in, like what you're saying, it seems semi-accurate, except we don't ever see the police die necessarily. We get some like
They get like lost in some weird world.
right, like I don't even know what those walls are. They look like brainy, but then
Yeah,
it
so like
seems
this woman's easy to figure out because she's racist, and so she goes in there, and then she's surrounded by a bunch of tribesmen or a bunch of what seem to be black people, and then we don't see her again. But like, what are these cops like? Are the cops
I feel
dumb, and
like
so are
they're
the cops stupid, and so they're afraid of smart people? I guess there's these women who are gonna to
no,
broker
no. So
whatever.
like if you read the thing before that, they're talking about how like, you know, they're talking about
women are
women,
the nation.
right? And how women are
I see.
sacred and
Okay, there we go. There it is.
the nation is sacred and thus women are sacred
You don't touch
and
women.
you
Yeah,
don't
okay.
touch women. And so they go into this and like I don't know what those walls are though. I'm starting like when I think about it, I start to think it's like a baby carriage of some sort.
I think it might be the womb.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the womb.
Oh, okay. I could see that too. Okay. And then like there's the woman and then like they cut away from like this whole terrifying, some woman and her daughter are looking down on them to them screaming no and then a bang happening. Um and the clock shop owner guy is saying what an imagination they have. And
Yeah.
it's like you don't really know what happened there either. It's like
I'm guessing they shot themselves.
I mean that's one interpretation. That's definitely something that crossed my mind. It's like,
It's
they're
totally
like,
The Mist.
right.
Have you
It's
seen The
like,
Mist?
no, I haven't seen the mist.
Oh, it's so good.
But the other thing that crossed my mind is like, I guess there's only one bang, but also there's only one bang. Like, if they were shooting themselves, you'd think there'd be two,
Yeah.
right?
No, because they got the first guy and the second guy with the gun shot himself.
That's why the no and the bang.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
My
Mhm.
other thought was they were trying to shoot at this like abnormally large human being, and it's like, what would that do?
Yeah. No, they definitely killed themselves.
I have no idea, because again, you don't see anything that
Yeah.
happens.
It's
They
a
just,
it's a weird little story.
I really like it as a story, but
Yeah,
it is
it's interesting.
absolutely people go through that door and go missing, and you have no
Yeah.
real idea of whether they're dead or not.
It's very Twilight Zone where like all this weird stuff is happening and you kind of follow what's happening, but you never really get any resolution. It just kind of ends and just
Right.
meant to be like, wow, that was wild.
Oh yeah, that's classic Twilight Zone. Love
Yeah.
that.
Exactly. But it's great because like it's this weird concept of people keep walking into this room and weird shit happens. Which is why the Twilight Zone is great, or
Yep.
any of those shows that are like that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember. Uh, Guillermo del Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities is like that too, in some
That's a
ways.
great show. I love that show.
I love that show too. It's
It's a good one.
amazing.
I haven't seen it yet. I need to.
It's a good one, especially if you like stuff like this. I mean, stuff like heavy metal. But I think we've covered that. Is there anything else we wanted to say about this, or are we on to
No.
I don't think so.
I think it's Barbarella time.
Oh yeah.
I have loved Barbarella, and then this first half of this one, I mean, they're having a fight, and that's fine. And I feel like I've been talking a lot, so I'll try to cut out of here in a second. But they're having a fight, and that's fine. But the fight doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just feels like, I don't know, like the things they're fighting about or the way that they fight is the problem. Like the things they're fighting about are fine. But like the fact
But they
that it's
don't
like,
dialogue. They don't talk like people would.
right,
Yeah.
that's my problem. It doesn't
Yep,
feel like a
agreed.
fight. It feels like a bunch of just things. being said.
Exposition so that we know what they're thinking.
That's fair.
Kind of. That's what it feels like to me too.
Yeah, but it also doesn't feel
Natural.
right. Yeah. I like
Yeah.
the images though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a weird fight.
Yep.
And I do like this song that gets sung though.
Oh yeah, the song was good. I don't like how overly wordy it gets either. Like the fight itself isn't even all that, like it's semi-wordy, but like later in the comic they just there's a lot of words and like that's fine. Like it's none of I don't feel like a lot of the words that they're saying are repetitive to the images. Like I don't feel like that's going on, so I appreciate that, but I do feel like if they could have cut down on the wordage and word boxes and
I mean, I do think that they're making fun of like academic artists, if that makes sense. There's a lot of talk that sounds high-minded but doesn't seem to mean anything.
No
yeah,
substance.
I could buy that. But at the same time, it's just there's a ton of it happening in a,
Penetrate the impenetrable. Great keyhole allows itself to be picked.
yep. I actually like that line for all the crap I'm giving them for having super long lines. The
But
whole,
I think like any of these lines, if you cut them in half, they they'd feel witty. And I wonder if the reason that they're not cut in half is they're supposed to not feel witty. They're supposed to feel like they're people that like to hear themselves talk.
yeah, I could buy that.
Particularly because there doesn't seem to be conversation. There seems to be a lot of speeches that have nothing to do with the other people's speeches.
That's also true. And that might be the point. Of course, for me, it's hard for me to grasp that point because,
I mean, I agree that it's not a terribly interesting read, but
It's not.
I think that's part of the point is that like they're spending an awful lot of time congratulating themselves on the fact that they made this big moon-sized piece of art that looks just like her.
right.
And she's like,
There.
yeah, in the same time, I made this kid.
Right. In secret.
I think I did more interesting.
Yeah. No, I buy that. I just again, it is not the easiest read. And they do that
No.
for a long period of time too,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
part of it.
I'm kind of interested to see where it goes from here.
I am too.
Um,
I'm still interested in the story, especially because
yeah.
like around all the stuff I talked about, like it has great visuals. It actually has a pretty good story going. I definitely like the comparison of oh Brown, is it Brownswell?
Browning will.
Browningwell, yeah. Browningwell creating his artistic masterpiece and Barbarella creating a masterpiece, which is, literally having a child.
Right.
So I'd just say that like as far as like interest went, it was one of the weaker installments of the story.
No, it was really wordy. But again, I think it's, to me anyway, it's more interesting if you like read that all of that in like hoity-toity, you know, Momentarily, Browningwell will transfer the missing elements of his masterpiece into space.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it was also the fact that I had not too long before read that crazy
The
story.
whole prose.
The
Yeah,
whole
you were
prose.
done with words. All the rest of
Like-
us had skipped that.
So we can get
Like,
through it.
fuck
That's
these
so
words.
funny.
Back to 1996.
Oh, please no. No.
I mean, I think we discover that there's
Racism
a
going on?
yeah,
Yep.
there's racism going on.
What?
Still hard to like pick it all up. But
Yeah,
this back
essentially
cover
what
is
I
cool.
Oh, I really like the back cover. But what I was gonna say is Charlotte, essentially in this 1996, what we discovered was he was looking at a car, but she was showing him the wrong lot of cars because he apparently wasn't a white
enough.
male,
Right. Right.
particularly a rich white male, as we see when some old white dude walks by
Walks in, yep.
Right.
with, some woman who does not look happy to be with him.
Right.
He looks rather happy.
Yep.
Back cover is
Back
pretty
cover
damn
is
epic.
cool.
Hard choices. So, any final thoughts on this issue?
Love the back cover.
Yes.
Immaculate back cover.
Everybody just choose the back cover for your favorite image this time.
I did.
No, I mean
Oh, no.
everybody.
We got about 10
I
minutes.
can't quite do that.
It was
Yeah.
a joke. It was a joke.
I thought about it, but
I did too. I didn't actually choose the back cover as my favorite image, but I did think about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good images in the comic though, so it's
Yeah, I definitely have a favorite image.
you want to go first and tell us what your favorite
Yeah.
image is.
Mine is
We're going to the image first this time.
I don't know. He brought it
Normally
up.
do that last, but I mean, I'll do
Or,
it
I mean,
first if you.
far be it from me to break
do
the
you-
cycle.
Do you want to mix things up or do you want to keep things the same?
I don't care. We can mix things up. He's ready to go with his image, so we'll go
let's do it then.
image.
Favorite image on my computer. I don't know what actual page. I guess I do. I can see page 66 and 67 from
It's a good spread.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I
This
like
one?
the
No, the other double page splash.
66,
This one?
67.
Yeah, this one.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it's got some great shapes there.
I'm all about shapes.
See, I have no light because apparently both of my lamps decided to lose their. I don't know if they burned out when we had a power outage yesterday or if they just managed to have both of their light bulbs go out.
Stranger things have happened.
I'm having to like stare at my keyboard really closely. So sorry if it's taking longer than normal for me to get ready.
It's all good.
Image 66 and 67 Erm. Anybody else?
I'm
Mine's
gonna
back
go.
page, back cover.
There you go. Matt's back cover. There were a lot of good images.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with what page is this? Page says page 30, but trying to find the page number. Essentially, the Orion is hallucinating hardcore.
Oh, that's a fucking great page.
Yep.
Second.
With a bunch of like snakes and skeletons and scantily clad women. They're not even scantily clad, they're basically naked.
This one?
Yes, that one.
That's a good one.
But for some odd reason, the page numbers aren't showing up on it.
There is 31, 38.
I think it's 28.
Yep. That means it's to me. I'm going back to what was the name of that first story?
You going to pieces was the first story.
So I am going with the as they're walking into like the coffee shop and going to pieces on page 10 from below.
It's an awesome page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
So favorite stories.
Lost time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure going into this, but after discussion, I decided it's definitely lost time.
So Matt and Dylan are agreeing again. 2 months in a row.
Like the cool kids do.
Man, Lost Time was really good. I think I'm gonna go with Tap Dancing on a Tender Cerebellum.
Yeah, that would have been
That's
mine
a
if we
close
hadn't
second.
had a discussion about lost time. I would have.
Yeah, I was
chose-
between Lost Time, Tap Dancing, and Going to Pieces.
Yeah, I was between Lost Time, Tap Dancing, and the Cerebellum, and then The Day the City Crossed the Threshold.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the Tap Dancing too, though.
It's fair.
All right, ongoing.
I mean, does count if it's ended? I guess it does,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go
I think I might go too. As I said, I didn't really like the ending, but I liked everything else about it. Like, I
Yeah.
liked Orion, sorta, but it didn't have as much.
I'm going
As I said
Orion because
earlier.
it's the one that I like both enjoy and care the most about what's coming next.
That's fair. I just, like, so far I'm just like, what is this wizard guy doing in Orion? And that's why.
Right.
Like, Orion, it was between Orion and Erm for me, but I think I'm going Erm this time. So,
Are we doing favorite typeface? Because mine's Tender Cerebellum.
Matt, favorite ongoing? You can't choose Den.
I was thinking Erm.
Erm?
no, of course you could choose Dan.
I mean,
Just-
could.
Everybody will be very confused
Right.
because there's no 10 in this issue.
Erm.
Fair enough.
All righty.
They even made reference to the fact that he was taking a break and that he'll be back next issue, but not necessarily with Dan.
I'm kind of surprised that including me, nobody chose Going to Pieces. I when I read this leading off I'm like, this is going to be everybody's favorite, but then it wound up just being that good of an issue.
Yeah, it was a really
Yep.
strong start to a really good issue.
Right.
Was a really strong start.
I mean, I think this is the first issue that was so top to bottom good, including the covers, that like it'll go on my specific list of check stores for it.
Yeah.
Do they have this heavy metal? If they do, is it cheap enough to purchase today?
The last issue.
It is. I scrolled too far.
See if I can
That
find it
was
while my
why I
conference
asked.
here.
So
But yeah,
well, thank you guys. Always fun. Try to reconvene next month.
Yeah, glad we found the time.
Another issue. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, y'all.
Do we want to do? Let's do our quick. Oh,
Well, I really like that cover.
Oh, Joe Jusko.
that's
That's a Joe Jusko cover.
That's a heavy metal cover.
Yep. More chainmail, Animal House. Oh, wait,
No,
go back to the whatchamacallit so you can see
Contents?
which stories are coming. Yeah.
no more.
Fable by Lord L. New Tales of the Arabian Nights Scheherazade by Richard Corbin and Sternad.
Airtight Garage.
Saber. McGregor and
Sure.
Galassi. Colonization. Them Changes. More Than Human. Oh, Doug Menk is involved in that one. Galactic Geographic Report V1 Evolution Heilman. Barbarella.
There we
We're
go.
not done with 1996.
No, we're not.
You're never done with 96. Guys, I'm out in like
Oh.
5 seconds here.
All right.
That
Four.
looks cool.
3, 2.
All right.
One.
Matt, take us out.
I can't.
Take us out, Matt.
Hey, he's got it. Oh no.
He told you he
for,
couldn't.
for the heavy metal book club on 22 panels. We'll see you after the next page.
Matt.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.